Hello and welcome back to Hidden Pockets Podcast. I am so sorry that we have been gone for a while, but we're back now. You see, we've each have had our own personal issues happening in our lives, whether it be work, drama, or just our own personal projects. But we're back and we're back better than ever. So please enjoy this next episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of Hidden Pockets. We have our co-host Carlos here today,
Hello.
and today we also have two great guest stars with us. Today we have Brooke Christensen,
Hey, happy to be here.
and we also have Ella Habermeyer as well.
Hi guys, I'm happy to be here too.
And so I know that you guys, you guys work in journalism, as do I as well.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
And so, could you guys tell? So could you tell? Yeah, could you tell us a little bit about what you guys do in journalism? I mean, I know, but the audience doesn't know.
Okay, so I work at the Daily Universe with Christian and Ella, and I'm the social media reporter. And so that's been super fun. I've been learning kind of how to make, turn news into like more of a TikTok-y type thing, which we're thinking is kind of the future of the news media. So it's been kind of cool to kind of figure out what that's going to look like as we move forward in news. So it's been fun.
Okay, so I also work in the Daily Universe with Christian and Brooke, and it's super fun. I'm currently a Metro desk editor, which just means that I get to meet with students every week, go over their pitches, go over story ideas, and then I edit their articles. I'm also doing a bit of reporting right now, not as much as I used to, but I still love writing articles. I'm working on one right now. I worked on a bunch in the past. And yeah, I love in the Daily Universe. I gave my parents a tour of it today. They were like, wow, this is a sick place. And I was like, yeah, it is. So it's been super cool. I love working there.
Yeah, as a copy editor for the Daily Universe, I truly enjoy working with you guys in the universe.
Thanks, Christian.
Yes,
we
you're
love
the
working with
best.
you too.
You're the best editor, Christian.
Thanks, you guys. That's flattering. I mean, you guys. I mean, you're probably like the best social media reporter I know out
Oh,
there.
thank you.
I agree. You're like our only social
Yeah, I'm
media
our
reporter.
only social media reporter.
But she's the best. She's the best at it.
Thank you.
And you're also a great editor, Ella.
Oh, Christian, thank you. I work very tightly with Christian for the audience out there. Me and Christian be texting every day about articles that needs to be edited. So you're a good partner to work with, Christian.
Thanks. And so journalism can be a controversial topic among people, especially people who decide to tune out the news because they have the perception that journalism is all bad news and whatnot. And so, why do you guys feel it's important for everyone to be involved in journalism, whether it's actually getting to the field of journalism or like watching the news and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of write off journalism and kind of note it as like a dying career. But I think that journalism is never going to die. It's so necessary in our day and age. Like, we need to check on government and we need to inform the public. And a lot of people, and I think especially at college, a lot of people are like, no, journalism isn't necessary. And honestly, there's so few people that end up majoring in it. But I think it's so vital, and I think it's never going to die because AI can like write, but it can't investigate and it can't interview people and it can't find news stories. And that's something that journalism is really important for. So anyways, yeah, I love it. I love telling stories. And that's why I think journalism is so important.
Going off of what you said, Christian, about people who kind of just want to tune it out because it's all negative and things like that, I can definitely see where they're coming from because especially right now, like the world is so crazy and there is a lot of negative things happening out there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I think it's the right answer to just tune it all out because I think it's important for us to be educated about what's happening in our society and in our government especially because, if everybody just tunes it out, then we just leave them space to do whatever they want, right? Like that's really the goal of journalism is to make sure that we're holding people accountable so that we can hopefully make less bad things happen, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so if everyone's tuning it out, then it's just going to keep happening and it's just going to get worse.
Cycle.
But if we can like group together to try and create more good, then that's really the goal. And I mean, if the news is getting to you to where it's so negative, like for sure, take a break from the news. That's awesome. If you like need to delete social media for a little bit, or maybe take a week-long break from like looking at the news because it's just like really getting to your mental health or making you have this really cynical worldview. I can totally see that, but I do think it's important that we continue to just be informed about what's happening in our world.
Yeah.
Indeed. When used for good, journalism can, inspire people to do good things, like, for example, like understand like their point of views, whether that be politically or with some other issues. And as you said before, it also helps to hold people accountable on all levels. And it can also be used for good. Like, there's church news that reports on all the good going on around the world that, the church does, whether that be, helping like the poor or helping like another country with like, building like a dam or something along the lines. And so, yeah, journalism can be used for good. It doesn't have to be all bad news.
Yeah.
I remember hearing before that like the world would be a much better place if we had more like news stations devoted to good news.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, especially right now, like, I do think good news is so important and that we're like looking at that. But I think part of the reason that so many people are consuming more bad news is because a lot of people get their news from social media and you're going to get more of what you watch. And so that bad news is a lot more, it's kind of more engaging in a way. And it's more like kind of eye catching of like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this. Like it kind of like ignites more emotions. And so I think people are more like watching that. And so then more of it keeps coming up. And so then their feed is just like, has so much bad news. And so I think part of that also, like part of that, I guess responsibility falls on the viewer too. Of like, if we want to see more good news, we have to be like looking for good news and like watching this good news instead of just like watching all the bad news, I guess.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
just
interest-
rely on influencers.
Yeah, totally.
Mhm.
Very true. It's interesting you bring that up because I was doing research this summer about extremism in media. And it basically, in my research, I found that a lot of people gravitate towards extremism and it's way more popular and like easier to become popular because people really engage with it way more than like good news. So as much as like you can complain about the news being all bad, it also relies on the consumer a lot to really engage with good news as well because that's what drives the news industry. And if you want things to change, you as the consumer need to change as well.
No, it's so true. I mean, I look at these journalists, and I say that in quotations, influencers like Candace Owens or, I will just stay there. Candace Owens, who's just like very extreme, and everything they say is just like this really either far right or far left take. And it's like these are the people that we as a society have pushed to the forefront, and we've made them
gave them a
huge. We
platform.
gave them the platform, and so people are always complaining about extremism, or like they're complaining that like. I don't know, just that they don't like that it's so extreme, but it's like we're the ones who made it that way. We're the ones
Exactly.
who gave them this platform. So if we want to change, like we got to stop consuming this,
Starts with the consumer. I
Yeah, it
agree.
totally does.
I think it's very important. It's just there's a lot of besides tragedies and there's like we've been talking about. There's a lot of negativity out there. It just drives people crazy. People just don't stop and think, and they just and if you just report on that, there's going to be more problems. Obviously, we all know what recently happened, unfortunately, but it's always important. It's important to have journalism. It's part of the First Amendment. If we're not able to criticize people who are doing shady stuff, then they're gonna have power over us. What was the other question, Chris? I don't know if I answered that well, to be
I think you answered it pretty well, Carlos.
Yeah.
No, I was asking about like what are your thoughts on like influencers as well?
Oh yeah, a lot of those guys are morons. It's just
Not holding back.
yeah, no, seriously,
Full force.
I'm serious. There's like a lot of morons out there that think that, well, you can even call it thinking, to be honest. But yeah, it's just like they share their opinions, and because some people are just easily influenced. Well, they're called influencers for that reason. They think that their word is gospel, and there's any other opinion out there is wrong, and who cares if someone shows me facts or whatever. I don't care. I like this person. I'm gonna go with their opinion because it's right in my opinion, in my view or whatever. But that's very dangerous because that leads to huge problems. Media literacy is something that we all need to keep in mind because you can't just believe anything that you read online or hear either because a lot of that stuff out there is false. I mean, we've all seen Wikipedia and stuff like that. How many times have you guys run across something like that? Doesn't sound right. That sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Too many to count.
Yeah.
All right, and so before we move on to our next topic, I would like to ask both you, Ella and Brooke, one final question about the topic of journalism. So what is like your favorite story that you've reported on?
I wrote one about the mayoral election in Provo. It's happening up in November, but I wrote one about the primaries happening. And that was just a cool opportunity because I got to speak to all the people that were running for it, and I got to speak to people and their thoughts about who was running for mayor. And so that was just really cool because it was like local, like politics and local election, which I am very passionate about. So it was kind of just a cool story for me because I got to be involved in something so big, and I got to spread news about something like really important. Not that other things I didn't report on were important, but this one was like specifically important to things I'm interested in. So I really like doing that.
I hate to sound like a broken record. Christian and Ella have both heard about this article many, many, many times. But it's, turned out to be the one that has probably gotten me the most views. I don't know. Anyways, this last fall during the presidential election, I ended up doing a story on Lucifer Just in Case Every Love, which if you vote in Utah, you might have seen that on your voting ballot, but only if you voted in Utah. He only ran in Utah for president of the United States. And so if you didn't know, it's actually pretty easy to get on the ballot in Utah. You just need some signatures and pay a fee. So he did that. But anyways, I got to interview him because obviously he has a very interesting name. Which he changed. This is a chosen name that he changed legally. But yeah, very interesting guy. He used to be a part of this. I forget what it's called, but he used to be a part of this like anti-Trump organization, and he would like print out these giant, Russian flags that said Trump across them. And he broke into the White House at one point and threw them at Trump. The White House during like a press meeting, he threw them at Trump, saying like yelling, "Trump is treason, Trump is treason." Anyways, funny guy.
With Russian flags?
With Russian flags that said Trump.
Or
at one point, because they were saying that like Trump was like working with Russia or whatever. Or he like went to the Republican rally and like dropped a giant one down. I don't know. It was like the whole thing. But he ended up I don't know. He stopped doing that, and he was like traveling the world, and he had this like spiritual awakening. I don't know. Read the article; it's crazy. But he's a funny guy, and it was just I don't know. It was just cool to get to interview someone who's doing that. Just like a very interesting person that a lot of people were really curious about. Kind of got the scoop on it. Did like a lot of research on his background that a lot of other reporters didn't do. So it was cool to be the one that like kind of got to break to everyone who this guy really was, like behind the scenes and like what his previous life had looked like before he had this spiritual awakening and became very like hippie-esque. He's really into like.
Who else did you interview for that? Did you interview other people too, or did you just interview the guy?
I only interviewed him. It was a
That's
profile.
all you needed, though.
No, that's all I
Honestly,
needed. Just to like hear about who he is. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, he's a funny guy. He's really into like shrooms. And he does a lot of like psychedelic therapy type stuff. So he was telling me about that. Or it was so funny, you guys. At the end, I asked him, I was like, how do you feel about like Trump and Kamala or whatever? Or I can't even remember exactly what I asked, but he was like, if I could, like go up to Trump right now, I would just like give him a big hug.
What? That's quite the change up.
Yeah. He goes, I love Trump.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I love Kamala because he loves everybody.
He loves everyone.
He's
Right.
Lucifer just in case every love. It's every love because he loves everybody.
Oh.
And that includes Trump now. After his past life of hating Trump, he doesn't love Trump like that. He doesn't love Trump's politics, but he loves everybody. And he thinks that Trump and Kamala should try psychedelic therapy to heal this past trauma that they have. His words, not mine. His words. And so anyway. anyways, that was a very interesting story for sure.
Oh wow, this guy truly is interesting.
Yeah, he is. He is. And he's also a DJ, so
Oh my god.
Yeah, find him. I didn't know that.
yeah.
I'm gonna look it up after.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's probably one of the craziest things I've come on. That's probably one of the craziest stories I've been told in our podcast. Right, Carlos?
Sorry?
That's or the story about Lucifer. What's his last name again?
Just in case every love.
Just in case every love, right?
Yeah.
Carlos?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. It was just in case. Middle name is just in case you didn't want to vote for one of the other candidates. You can vote for him.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, in journalism, as I can testify, we definitely do run across all sorts of characters.
Yes, definitely.
And so, with that, we're gonna move on to our next topic, which is music.
Yes.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Yes, and now I know that you two are especially excited because Taylor Swift just dropped her new album.
Yes.
It was in midnight in the East Coast, but in the West Coast here in Utah, it
10
was,
p.m.
Yeah,
It's
10 p.m.
elite.
and yeah, Carlos and I were eminently not Swifties.
Did you guys listen to it?
No, I haven't listened to it.
I've listened to it like 5 times since it came out last night, so I'm ready.
Dang, you're dedicated.
I'm dedicated.
So with that, so this is a question for everyone. Tell us about your music taste.
Yeah, I'm a Swiftie for sure. I love Phoebe Bridgers. If you guys know who that is, she needs to drop another album. I love Lauryn Hill. I love Tyler the Creator. I love Beyonce. I went to go see Beyonce live in May. Life-changing, definitely very good. And honestly, anything that's like hyper pop, so Charlie XCX, Chappell Roan, if you guys know who those people are. And yeah, I'd say that's pretty much my music taste.
Okay.
How about you, Brooke?
I'm gonna give out a fair warning right now. Ella's a lot cooler than I am, and
No,
so
no, no.
yeah, no, she is. I'm what a lot of people would say. Somebody with bad music taste, but I like my music taste. It's subjective, right? And so, for background, I was a theater kid, and I continue on this passion. I love show tunes. I listen to them a lot. It's just my truth. It is playing in my car at all times.
This is true.
Yeah. But I'm a huge Swiftie. I adore Taylor Swift. I listen to her songs all the time. I'm really basic, if you can't tell. And I love Sarah Bareilles. I don't know if you know who that is.
She's good.
She's phenomenal. I
She's
love
really
Sarah.
phenomenal.
Let's see. Who else do I love? I actually really like Shawn Mendes. I feel like he gets a lot of hate, but I don't know if did you guys listen to his most recent album, the like black and white cover?
No, but I know it was
No.
about like Camilla and like Sabrina Carpenter. Like he was like cheating on them.
Oh, I didn't really look into the lore behind it, but
Okay.
the album itself is actually really good. I really like it. I like Shawn a lot. We're on first name basis.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, I like Chappell Roan. Just like basic things.
Just fun music.
Fun music. But to be
Super
honest,
girl.
I mostly listen to show tunes and Taylor Swift. That's
And
the
you know
truth.
it's good. Wait, what's your favorite show tune? Like, if you had to choose.
If I had to, I don't know. I love so many. I usually say this is just my go-to, like tying in my love for Sarah Bareilles. She wrote the musical Waitress, and that's definitely one of my favorites. Very good. You guys have probably heard She Used to Be Mine.
No, I've never heard.
Okay.
I'm not really into show tunes that much, to be honest.
Christian, you got to get into them.
Not to say that I'm not into show tunes. I mean, there's some songs I listen to that definitely originate from the theater, but I'm not a theater kid per
What
se.
are you into, Christian? What's your music taste?
I'm into more like classic rock, classic R&B, classic pop, and
Ooh.
so I definitely love the Beatles for sure. They're like my favorite artists, and yeah, I also do like classic Michael Jackson.
Yes. How about Jackson 5? Is that up there for you?
Yeah, that's up for me too.
Christian,
there for me too.
you know there's a Michael Jackson musical, right? MJ.
Oh.
Yes, I heard about
Yeah,
it.
you got it. I've seen it twice. It's amazing.
my family and I were thinking about that, or like I think it was like Aladdin or the Lion King to see, but we ended up seeing the Lion King.
Oh, I saw The
Shoot.
Lion King. It was really good.
Lion King is good, but you would love MJ.
Mm-hmm.
It's so like it is an incredible performance. Would highly suggest.
Oh yeah, for sure. I should probably check that show out for
You
sure.
definitely
Mhm.
should,
There you go.
Christian.
Recommendation.
And I also do like Beach Boys. I think they're underrated.
Classic.
Indeed.
Yes.
I mean, The Who is also great as well. And
The Who?
yes, The Who. You never heard of The Who?
No.
No.
Can you sing us a song or no?
Well, I'm not gonna sing on this podcast, but I mean, there's some great.
Do
Who's-
it, Christian. I dare you.
Hi.
No.
Like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, that was good. That was
yeah.
some singing.
That is, I know that song.
Yeah, but that's not by
kind of
The
an
Who,
emo
though.
song, though. Oh, that's not by The Who?
Yeah, no, that's not by The Who.
That's by
Oh.
Simon and Garfunkel.
I love
Uh,
Simon and Garfunkel. I didn't know
You
that
should have
was by
known that,
them.
Vanilla.
Well, I love them, but I don't
Fake
really
fan.
love. I don't know their music. I just like them as people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're also great as well. No, if you're looking for good songs by The Who, I would suggest My Generation and Won't Be Fooled Again.
Okay, I'll check them out.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. And I mean, I could go on forever with listening to like some great artists as well. Oh yeah, Marvin Gaye, he's also pretty good in terms of classic R&B artist. And then I
Nice.
also like jazz as well.
Okay.
Oh yes,
Mhm.
Jazz. What do you think about La La Land?
Well, I actually have never seen La La Land.
What?
Christian,
Like
you
a
have to
jazz
watch.
movie.
I feel like it's like one of the biggest movies of our time.
I feel like it made jazz popular in our day and age. Like
no, it kind of
for
did.
our
It's like
generation.
it's huge. You got to watch it.
You do have to watch it. It's good.
I'm okay. I know I'm out of the loop when Carlos answered this question. Carlos, have you seen La La Land?
I have not.
Oh, well
you
then
guys,
you're with me.
movie night.
Yeah, seriously, we gotta do some things. We gotta watch MJ. We gotta listen to The Who, and we've gotta watch La La Land.
Yeah,
Deal.
Big things.
important things.
Yep. Yeah, I also like jazz as well. Like, you know, you can't beat the classics like, you know, Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald.
I love Ella Fitzgerald. Very good.
And even some classics going even way farther back, like, you know, like Glenn Miller and Tommy Dorsey. That's one that Carlos would know, right, Carlos?
Yeah, I know Tommy Dorsey.
That's funny.
Yep.
Carlos, what is your music taste?
So my tastes in music are quite various. You know, like I like music. I've always liked listening. Well, because I'm blind, you know, audio is like my world. I
Yeah.
enjoy listening to music from all different time periods. Classic music from way back in the day, like pieces of music that are over 100 years old, over 200 years old, and stuff like that. Then there's like the more modern, you know, when sound recording started becoming a thing. There are some classic songs from like the turn of the century, and one of them is it's an old song called Buffalo Rag. There's this musician called Wes Osman. He was a really good banjo player, and there are plenty of recordings of him from like the turn of the century, of him with his banjo, and he was incredible. There's also Billy Murray. He's pretty great. He was one of the more popular ragtime singers, and back in the day before acoustic recording, before electric recording, you had to do acoustic recording, so you had to have a pretty loud voice to sing, so that the wax cylinder or whatever they were using to record you would be picked up. And then, like in the 20s, it was the jazz age and all that. So there's some pretty great people throughout there, like Fletcher Henderson, like George Olson, Helen Kane. The 30s had people like Glenn Miller. Let's see who else. Well, of course, Tommy Dorsey, Irving Berlin, stuff like that. 40s, it was the swing era, so there was like the Andrews sisters, and can't remember too many of those. There's so many. The 50s, there was Elvis, King of Rock and Roll, and all that.
Oh, how did I forget about Elvis?
And of course, there's the Bee Gees in the 70s, and Michael Jackson. Let's see. There's just so many songs. And of course, in our day and age here, we have some pretty great singers. So one of my other favorite genres of music that I like is EDM, and some of my favorite EDM DJs are DJ Snake, Cascade, Skrillex. Those are some of my favorites. And then of course, because I'm Latino, I have some favorite Latino artists like Selena, Bad Bunny, Lambe.
Wait, how do you feel about Bad Bunny performing for the Super Bowl?
He's playing. I didn't hear that he was doing that.
Yeah, he's the performer for the Super Bowl.
I'm excited to see that now.
Pretty crazy.
I love his voice. His voice is very soothing to me.
No, I agree. I actually don't even speak Spanish, and I listen to his music all the time. He's honestly such a good performer, and his music's bangers.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I agree.
Definitely.
My mother hates Bad Bunny.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
My mom, she's generally dismissive of like reggaeton in general. She sees it as like sinful music.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't for everybody. I remember I was telling my brother, because my brother served in Mexico City, and I was like, yeah, I love Bad Bunny. And he was like, you don't even know what he's saying. And I was like, doesn't matter. And he was like, what he's saying is not good, Ella. And I was like, bro, I don't even care. I was like, it's your music. How you don't even understand.
Okay, my mother would literally say the same exact thing.
Really? Yeah.
Mhm. Like, you remember when Despacito came out, and there's like some, and then
yeah.
people were just like, I like this song, and I'm just like, did you guys read what the lyrics is about?
Wait, I don't even know if I knew what it was about.
Oh, I've never known. I knew
Oh.
that people who actually spoke Spanish knew that it was inappropriate, but I don't speak Spanish, so I just.
I was oblivious.
Yeah. We're like in
I
third
don't
grade,
care.
like this.
This is a sing-along hour now. And I wish we could do more. Like, I was gonna ask a question about Taylor Swift, but we're running out of space in our camera, unfortunately.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly we got a good. We talked about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, a little bit. Can I give my favorites just really quick from the new album?
All right, yeah, all of us maybe just go around and say one favorite Taylor Swift song.
Oh, okay.
Could-
Well, this is not my favorite in general. This is favorite off of the
Say
new
one
album.
from the new album and one in general.
Oh, okay. In general, I did something bad. Yeah, why are you looking confused?
I just never heard that's someone's favorite song. It's a good song.
It's a great song.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. And then on the new album, I'm like really digging Opalite, or actually the title track, "Life of a Showgirl," is phenomenal. I also really like what was the other one I was thinking? Elizabeth Taylor, so good.
Yeah.
You guys, I love the new album. I think it's really good. So
Mhm.
Yeah. My favorite song of all time is Betty from Folklore. And then my favorite song off of the new album is Eldest Daughter, because I think it's similar-ish vibes to Folklore, and that's my favorite album.
okay.
Yeah. Love it. Carlos, it's your turn. You have to say your favorite Taylor Swift song.
Oh,
If you have one.
Just say Shake It Off if you don't know.
you girls may not like this, but I can't stand Taylor Swift.
No. None of them. You've listened to every single one of her songs, and you can't stand any of them.
They
Because
drove
there's
me crazy.
there's hundreds,
They drove me
There's
crazy.
thousands.
That's why
but you've listened to all of them.
I've listened to some. It's just,
Okay,
obviously,
well
'cause,
then.
you know, it's
So it's
everywhere,
otherwise.
and just. I'm gonna also say this: Swifties drive me crazy too.
Whoa!
Carlos,
Well,
I think you're.
I'm talking to two of them right now.
Yeah.
Carlos,
And I will die on this hill.
Evil dies tonight.
Carlos, I think you're.
It's not for everyone. That's okay.
But yeah, I know Swifties can be pretty wild sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a good life to live.
Yeah, and I'm
And
not
okay
ashamed.
with it. Yeah.
So, like, I think like my favorite of her songs is "You Belong with Me."
Classic.
Yes, that's
Classic.
a good one.
The-
It's a good one.
Indeed, like I remember listening to that like a lot on the radio as a kid back in the day, and every time I hear it, it still hits just right to this day.
Oh,
Yes.
totally. It's a good one.
Indeed.
Okay,
And
guys.
all right, and with that, I would like to thank Ella and Brooke for being with us today
Woo.
in our Hidden Pockets podcast. And as usual, please subscribe to our. As usual, subscribe to our YouTube page and feel free to comment below on what things we should talk about in our next episode. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having us in your homes.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Bye.